All right, Mr. Cush, you may proceed with your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court, counsel for the defendant, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. The evidence is going to be presented to you about a business where Mr. James and Mr. Walczak were partners. And business by Mr. O'Connor. And in 2002, there was a fire that destroyed Mr. O'Connor's store, his building, Route 30, and destroyed all of his stock of fireworks. He didn't have any insurance, and this was in May of 2002, and it left him really at the beginning of the season for fireworks without any product to sell or place to sell. Actually, he did have a little tent out front that he set up after the fire. But in any event, he suffered that loss. He knew Andy, and Andy knew him, Mr. James, had known him for a number of years. And they would talk from time to time. The fireworks business is kind of a closed group. There's not that many in it. So Mr. James was talking to him and offered him any assistance he could have. Mr. James had been in the business for a while. Mr. O'Connor said to him, sure, thanks for the offer. Mr. James said, look, we've got two stores, as you know. They own a store in Maryville at the time, and they own a store in Valparaiso at the time. But over in LaPorte County, there's a area there for storage, which you can store explosive materials specifically, that they would put their boxes of stock. He had that, enough to sell for the 4th of July season, Mr. James and Mr. Walczak. So Mr. James offered to sell to Mr. O'Connor that wholesale price, the delivery price that he got from his suppliers, plus whatever it would cost to move it, which was, as he will testify, not much. Really, they loaded in a trailer, brought it over, and whatever the gas would be, they would charge it for labor. It benefited Mr. James and Mr. Walczak because they had enough fireworks. It benefited Mr. O'Connor because he had no fireworks. And as Mr. James is going to tell you, he knew him, felt that he was kind of offering an extended hand, asked him if he needed any money, get on his feet. They heard that Mr. O'Connor told him he was unsure. Mr. O'Connor does not deal in written contracts. He doesn't like to deal with banks. He's a salesman, and he has been selling these products for a while. He thanked Mr. James about offering any financial assistance that he had taken care of. He had a builder named Chester, Mr. O'Connor, Chester Builders. And so he said, I'm going to build this, and I'll pay my builder off when I make profit on the sales after I get my building up and running. And that's kind of where that conversation ended, except Mr. O'Connor said, I'll take you up on this offer if I get a place I can sell. I think I can sell in 2002. I'll take you up on this offer to at least deliver something. So they did. It was about $11,000 worth of goods, a little bit over that. Mr. James loaded in a trailer, and they were in retail at the time. I mean retail fireworks. I think we were talking about that earlier in what years some people mentioned that. But retail is when you go in individually as a customer and you're buying it. You see Boomtown or Planet Fireworks, the ads, all that kind of stuff. And you'll see ads in the newspaper or in magazines that kind of advertise these things. That's part of the evidence. Anyway, in the event, those were delivered. And the deal was, look, you're on your feet, getting on your feet. Don't worry about paying now. but we'll invoice you and you pay. We don't expect any payment because we weren't going to be selling these this year anyway, so the following year pay. They gave him an invoice, however, within a very short time, within days, if not maybe a week, gave Mr. O'Connor an invoice for that. You'll see that, $11,000, I think it's $145. That was delivered, it was in boxes, an objection by it, by his comments to Mr. James, happy to get it. The next year, during before the holiday season started, and you'll hear Mr. James talk about what the selling season is. It's basically between May and a little bit after the 4th of July. That's where you make your money in the fireworks business. Well, the following year, 2003, Mr. O'Connor and Mr. James continue to talk. He's asking how are things going. I see that store up. When he had delivered the $11,000 worth of fireworks, there was a tent out front. Right next to it was a burned out building. So O'Connor had gotten the builder that he was going to pay cash for. We were extending credit. O'Connor paid that. And he was going to make money, enough money to pay the builder. So that was the handshake agreement we had with the Chester builders. Well, in 2003, Mr. O'Connor asked Mr. James during one of these conversations, they would visit. He would visit over at the store, the new location, take a look at it. He said, hey, Andy, if you got any product, be happy to take it off your hands. And the same kind of deal. And Mr. James thought that was interesting because they were then contemplating getting into the professional display business. And that's what you see when people put on for municipalities when they do fireworks shows and getting on to retail. So with that, Mr. James with his partner, Mr. Walczak, they talked about it. Their lease was up in August of 2003, that year. This opportunity came up. They thought, well, if we can sell the product to Mr. O'Connor at the cost we bought it, then we're not in the hole, and we can then move in that direction with regard to our business. We have in retail and we get into the professional shows and displays.
Yeah, I know.
So the agreement was met, and this agreement was the same. Mr. O'Connor said, I'll pay a wholesale price, only if you let me pay for whatever it costs to deliver it. Mr. James said, sure, fine. And then there was an arrangement made, and Mr. Walczak came in and made the delivery of these different fireworks. Now this was 2 stores worth of fireworks. And these stores, Mr. Walczak will testify how they had it set up, how he went to Mr. O'Connor and got shopping carts. You'll see pictures of some of the shopping carts. But he got loaded shopping carts, loaded them up in a trailer, empty, took them over to the store in Valparaiso first, loaded them up, tagged them, their testimony from the bookkeeper, the CPA, Don Harris, Don Walczak, and the employees, Mr. James, Mr. Walczak, their employees, would take the boxes first, these were in storage at the Valparaiso office, load them, and then put them in the carts and tag them with a Post-it. Anything that was on the shelves at the Valparaiso store was put in a cart, tagged with a Post-it, and was taken down by Don Harris, the accountant. So they knew exactly what they were given. Because the deal was, you're buying these wholesale, and we're going to give them to you, and we're not out of money, and you've got some more supply. They would, Mr. Walczak then would make trips back and forth. It took about 2 days to do this. One full day, and then part of the second day. And he would drive with about 12 carts in the trailer each time. And then Mr. O'Connor and he had 2 employees, would come, a ramp would be let down, and then out would roll these carts. And they'd be rolled immediately into the store. Mr. Walczak parked right close where you'll see a picture of the store, the windows. And Post-its were there. When the carts came back, the Post-its were taken off. Now, the Post-its were taken off by Mr. O'Connor, but before the carts left the store of Valparaiso. They were already identified with what was on the post-its by Donna Harris, and an invoice was created. When we were there in front of the store, all the empties were brought back, and it would take 5 minutes per trip. Mr. Walczak would drive back to the store and get all the remaining stock. So it was both individual shelf stock as well as the boxes. When he was explaining it, Mr. O'Connor said, "Have you got any more?" And Mr. Walczak said, "Look, we've got some," and the Indian doctor, "we've got some in our Maryville store." Are you up for that? Mr. O'Connor's response, for his recollection of Mr. Walczak, he said, "Anything you got, bring it to me." Boomtown was a seller of a lot of the fireworks in the area. So we did that. So they emptied the 2 stores, created an invoice. 2 weeks later, the invoice was hand-delivered to Mr. O'Connor. It was hand-delivered to Mr. O'Connor. He didn't say anything. He accepted it, never objected to it. That's that. $5,000 was paid about 3 weeks later. The invoice on the second delivery was $38,171. About 4 months later, Mr. James had noticed no payments had been made other than $5,000 in August of 2003. So he asked about whether or not the payment was going to be made. Mr. O'Connor said he didn't get the invoice. Fine. James told Mr. Walczak, take the invoice over there to him. So you hear testimony from Mr. Walczak and from Donna Harris, Walczak, that they physically drove the invoice. This was sometime in spring of 2004, 6 months after delivery, and handed the invoice to Mr. O'Connor. Mr. O'Connor was very proud of this place, and he wanted to show both Tim Walczak and Donna Harris the apartment that was in the building, as well as the floor space. They remembered that. And Mr. Walczak gave to Mr. O'Connor the invoice. There was no payment made. That got to be troublesome, because the deal was, look, you don't have to pay it right away. You'll hear testimony about that, but you should pay it when you get back on your feet. So they started making inquiries about payments, and there was a payment of $5,000 made in 2003, a payment of $5,000 made in 2004, but then the payments were stopping. There was none, and they would contact Mr. O'Connor. Mr. Walczak would take the same invoice, and then he'd take a bill called the statement. You'll see that exhibit. And I'll have the date. And there were 4 of them that he would hand deliver to Mr. O'Connor. Mr. O'Connor would take them, say thank you, and didn't say anything else, and then he would not pay. So this got to be a problem in late 2005, so they had a meeting. Mr. James, Mr. Walczak, Mr. O'Connor had a meeting, local restaurant in Maryville, and he said, look, you made this agreement, you paid $10,000, $5,000 payments, you got to pay more. And so, at that time, he said, look, I promise I'll pay. He paid $15,000 in 2 payments. He paid $10,000 he gave to Mr. James, and $5,000 a day later, he gave Mr. Walczak got it. He said he was going to pay 20, he only paid 15. And that was it. Made no other payments. He complained, he said, this is not a good deal for me. And Mr. James said, look, that's what we agreed to. He said, well, it's not a good deal. He said, I don't want to pay anymore. So, Mr. Walczak, Mr. James said, you have to pay, that's the agreement. That's what we paid for it. We're out of pocket, you got to pay. And he didn't pay. And so finally, they retained an attorney, and the suit was filed. At that time, it was the first, with your testimony for both Mr. James and Mr. Walczak, first time after the suit was filed, they ever heard that there was a product that was distressed, or a product that couldn't be sold. It was in response to discovery in the case, and that was a surprise to both Andy and Tim. The objection that the product that was given to him to sell, therefore, was only raised after he was brought into court, and you'll hear testimony about that. What is remaining on the bill is $24,316. There is a contract, and that contract, Mr. James and Mr. Walczak believe was owed, was a handshake agreement, which appears in the contract. There were invoices, and there were statements given, and there was documentation of what the building was. Finally, on the dollar amounts, you will be presented with evidence of what Mr. James and Mr. Walczak paid wholesalers for those fireworks, and that's what they billed Mr. O'Connor when they delivered those fireworks. So the wholesale, there was a small markup for the delivery, that it was compared to the amount of the product was minuscule. And that was reviewed. We ask you to consider the evidence after the verdict for Mr. James and Mr. Walczak. The amount of $24,316 plus the interest and costs and fees.
Mr. Galanis?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Mr. Walczak, Mr. James, Mr. O'Connor, Judge. This is a simple case. It's a big case, and it's an important case for these two parties. What counsel has just said to you, what I'm going to say to you, is not evidence. This is what we believe the evidence to be. Your job as jurors is to listen to the evidence that's presented and come to your conclusions at the end and decide accordingly. It's not what counsel says, it's not what I say. This case is more about the relationship of the parties and the breach of trust that occurred between them. This was a handshake case. This case is more than what the price of the product is. You're going to hear evidence from the plaintiff. They're saying that Mr. O'Connor promised to pay a wholesale price plus freight. Mr. O'Connor's going to come out and say, no, I said I'd pay a fair price. That's what this case is about. Are we paying liquidation prices, garage sale prices, rummage sale prices, or are we paying wholesale prices that they purchased? You're going to hear that Mr. O'Connor has been in business since 1997. You're going to hear that he knows the retail aspects of fireworks. He's going to tell you what the people want, what will sell, what is good. He's going to tell you how fragile the product is. He's going to tell you the product comes from China, that the wrapping is very fragile. He'll tell you how finicky consumers are. They're not going to look what's inside of the package, they're going to see how it's packaged and whether it's sellable or not. He's going to tell you that he had this fire in May of 2002. You're going to hear about that fire. There's newspaper articles. Anybody in the area that was around that area would have seen that fire, would have remembered it. It was a big firework display. The whole building went up in a matter of minutes. You're going to hear that he was open for the 2002 4th of July season. And you're going to hear evidence that he had product to sell. He's going to tell you that in 2003, after the July 4th, 2003 season, there was discussions between Mr. James and Mr. Walczak and Mr. O'Connor. You're going to hear that Planet Firework was a business across the street from Boomtown. They were competitors. Friendly competitors, but they were competitors. And you're going to hear the evidence that they wanted out of the business. And they approached Mr. O'Connor to purchase their inventory. And he said, I will buy your inventory, but I paid only fair price. And that's where the problem comes into play. And that's why we're here today. Price was never discussed. That's the evidence you're going to hear. You're also going to hear evidence that Mr. Walczak came over and picked up a about 40 shopping carts. You can hear the evidence that those shopping carts came from Sam's Club that were given to Boomtown. And they took 20 shopping carts at a time because that's what the trailer would fit. And you're going to hear that this was product that was in their stores, dumped into the shopping carts and delivered to Boomtown. And they would come in with the trailer and pick up another 20 shopping carts and go back to their stores and empty all the product off their shelves, the fragile items that had been handled, the items that had been sun-faded, into the shopping carts and delivered to Boomtown. You're going to hear testimony from Mr. O'Connor. He's going to testify from the stand over here. He's going to tell you, as soon as that product came to the store, he started complaining. Wait a minute, this is not good product. This is low-end product. This is not what the public wants. I know what the public wants because I've been in business since 1997. I know what sells. I know what people buy. You're going to hear that testimony. He's going to tell you that he discussed that with them. No price was discussed yet. The evidence is further going to tell you that they told Mr. O'Connor's, do what you can, try and sell it. Do whatever you can with the product, just get rid of it for us. Okay? You're also going to hear that Mr. O'Connor offered them to take that product back. And he's going to tell you, I couldn't sell it. I ended up storing it in my storage lockers behind an old school bus, a dilapidated school bus that was not running, was used as a storage facility. And you're going to see photographs of that product. And he's going to tell you, I couldn't sell it, I had to give it away. Why didn't I dispose it? Because I have to pay hazardous fees for waste disposal. So I did what I needed to do to get rid of the product. He's going to tell you that he has bought product from other entities that were going out of business or that were closing shop. And he's going to testify that he normally pays between 40 to 50 cents to the dollar of the wholesale price. And you're going to hear that testimony and you're going to see the evidence. They did have discussions. He paid $5,000. He paid another $5,000. They had a meeting, and he told them he was dissatisfied with what he got. And this product was not the top dollar that they were looking. So he gave them an additional $10,000 to sweeten the deal and call it ends. They complained, they threatened. He paid another $5,000 for a total of $25,000, said, you know what, I want to keep a good relationship with you. So I'm going to give you the extra $5 that I don't believe you're entitled to, but call it quits. He thought that he settled the case at that point in time. Fortunately, that did not occur. You're going to also hear testimony from the store manager. His name is Brian Kopinski. Brian's also going to say the same thing. Okay, when he saw the product, he questioned his boss and said, what are you doing? It's going to come straight from the horse's mouth. Not from my mouth, not from their mouth. It comes straight out of the store manager's mouth. Okay? You're going to hear about paperwork that's generated after the fact. You have two businessmen over here, you have a businessman over there, and paperwork was not generated during this transaction. There's nothing in writing, but paperwork generated to meet their needs. That's what this case is all about, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. What I'm going to ask you to do is to listen to the plaintiffs and listen to the defendants, and at the end, come to your conclusions to find. And I'm going to come back at that time and I'm going to ask you to find in favor of Mr. O'Connor that he did in fact pay what was a fair price. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Christian, call
Thank
your
you.
first witness.
Thank you. Your Honor, we call Mr. Randy James to the stand.
Yes. Go ahead and take your stand. Okay. Mr. James, you want to raise your right hand and be sworn, sir? You solemnly swear affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth to the best of your knowledge? I do. Please be seated. All right, we're going to pass out the exhibit books.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Give one of each to each. Ladies and gentlemen, we're passing out exhibits that have been stipulated between the plaintiff and the defendant at this time.
Your Honor, I'll identify the black books are the ones that I'll be referring to, the black binders, excuse me, they're marked plaintiff's exhibits.
The black binders are the plaintiff's exhibits, the white binders are the defendant's.
And I'll be referring to the black binders that'll say plaintiff's exhibits on the front. I have no objection, Your Honor.
No, I don't have objections if they want to write in them.
All right, you may.
Sir, would you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury your name?
Andrew James.
And where do you reside, Mr. James? What
I live in Crown Point.
How old are you?
I'm 55 years old.
Have you graduated from high school?
Yes.
Are you engaged in any business or occupation?
Yes, I am.
And what is that?
I'm in the display fireworks business.
And after high school, did you get into that business immediately, or did you go to school and work at another
No,
job?
I was in the military,
What branch?
the Army,
And what year did you come back from the Army?
1980.
And did you have occasion then to be involved in the fireworks business?
Not for another 10 years.
What did you do between coming back from the military and getting involved in the fireworks business?
I was a corporate pilot.
And then, after the 10 years had passed, you say you had been involved in the fireworks business. How did you get involved in it?
I started in the late 80s. I just had an interest in fireworks and put on a fireworks display for a local racetrack, Atlanta Speedway, and just kind of started as a hobby and then built into a business.
Now, are there different types of businesses involving fireworks?
There's two, yes, there is.
And what are they?
There's the public display business, which is what I'm involved in, and then there's the retail fireworks, the consumer fireworks, like you see Crazy Cat, one in Boomtown, that people buy for shooting off in their backyards.
In public display, that is for shows, like 4th of July shows that you see, sometimes you see the municipalities put them on, things like that?
Correct, municipalities, festivals, whatnot.
Describe to us a little bit about details about the fireworks business, the retail fireworks business. What types of product in Indiana are allowed to be sold or were allowed to be sold at about the 2002 and on time frame that we're talking about in this case?
All the consumer fireworks that are currently available now were allowed to be sold for quite a while. And none of the big things like you see in the real loud ones that people talk about, none of those are legal anyways. The only fireworks you buy in the store, consumers are not the kind, they're not the kind that rattle the windows. So most of the kind that we deal with are smaller caliber, and consumers buy them, and they buy multiple shot repeaters and reloadable items and firecrackers and common household fireworks. I'll use that term loosely. That's what they are.
So everything from a sparkler all the way up to something that shoots in the air of a smaller caliber, that was legal, or that is legal in the state of Indiana to purchase?
Yes.
Now, I want to just direct your attention to early 2000s. How many stores did you have selling retail fireworks?
2 fireworks stores.
And where were they located?
One was in Maryville on Taft Street. The other was in Valparaiso on US 30.
Now, Maryville on Taft Street and the one in Valparaiso, what was the name of the stores?
Planet Fireworks.
And you know Mr. O'Connor.
Yes.
And what did his business go by, his fireworks business?
Boomtown Fireworks.
Now, his counsel talked with the jury just in opening statement and said you were right across the street. Was your store right across the street from Mr. O'Connor?
No.
You were where it was located in Maryville, but a distance from Mr. O'Connor's store.
Yes.
How did you know Mr. O'Connor? How did you come to know him?
I had known Mr. O'Connor. I met him several years prior to when he first started in his business. He had a mutual friend. We shared a mutual friend, and the friend said, "Hey, go see how this guy's doing." And So I did, and introduced myself.
Would you stop in the store from time to time?
Yes, I did.
And would you communicate with him, talk with him?
Yes.
He's a friendly man.
Yes.
He's a salesman, I take it.
He's a very likable person.
Now, with regard to his store, in your store, tell ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what's the season for fireworks, the main season for fireworks, either sales or production?
Well, I might think that the main season for fireworks is May to middle of July. It's not. I mean, probably 90% of the fireworks are sold probably within a week, maybe a week, 5 days, or a week before 4th of July, and pretty much after 4th of July, very little, unless it falls on the 4th, might fall on a Friday, then people might buy some on the weekends, but it's a very small period of time. Probably 2 weeks is when you really are making all your money.
And how do you prepare for the sales season in fireworks as a retail dealer? What's the preparation you go through? What kind of process? What kind of orders? What are the risks or the considerations when you prepare for a season?
It's a very high profit business. The items are marked up many times, so it's important to be able to have as much as you can have when people want to buy it, because if you don't have something, you lose a sale because you don't have it. You want a substantial chance for profit. So you always want to make sure you have adequate inventory, because buying inventory is not really the expensive part. The expensive part is maintaining a building, business, property taxes for a whole year. So when the season comes around, you want to make sure you're able to 100% get as much money in and sell as much product as you can, because the season is so small.
Yeah, did you have a business partner in the early 2000s when you started your retail business?
Yes, I did.
And who was your business partner?
It was Tim Walczak.
And that's a gentleman to my left.
Yes, it is.
He's also a named plaintiff in this case, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the division of responsibilities for your... let me ask you this. You identified 2 stores. Did you have another location that you would store your product at during the time you owned the retail operation?
Yes, I was in the display fireworks business, and I had bunkers out in Kingsbury, Indiana. And that's where we kept the overstock of fireworks at the store that was not on the shelf in the store.
Kingsbury is an old ordnance plant in LaPorte County during World War II.
Yes.
Has bunkers that stored munitions.
That's correct.
Now, then I go back. Mr. Walczak, and what was your division of responsibility with regard to running your business?
I'm sorry?
Your division of responsibility. What did he do and what did you do with regard to the retail business? How did you...
We shared duties. Tim did more of the day-to-day hiring of the people to help, and made sure that worked on the schedule and made sure people were there right, and did a lot of the legwork in the business to price items, put them on the shelf.
You find him to be meticulous, careful in what he did?
Yes, he is. He's been a very meticulous person.
With regard to the operation, that is the sales, when you have retail, this is open to customers that can walk into your store, I take it, correct?
Yes.
And then they can leave with the product.
That's correct.
Now, tell us a little bit about your understanding, or how did you come to understand that there was a fire involving Boomtown, Mr. O'Connor's fireworks retail store?
Actually, my wife called me on the phone when it was on fire. She was over that way taking my kids to Chuck E. Cheese's or something, and she says, "There's a huge fire over here, and it's incredible." And she described it, and I didn't know which one it was, and I figured out where it was when I drove by it.
And did you read accounts of it in the newspaper?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask you just to turn to the book in front of you, the black book, plaintiff's exhibits in that black book, and turn to exhibit number D, or letter D, and identify that if you can when you get to it. D is in David. And that is essentially what? What is that that you just identified for purpose of the record?
A newspaper article written by Deborah Lavity talking about hometown fireworks.
So that was the fire that you heard about. Did you then have any further information with regard to Mr. O'Connor and where the fire left him with regard to his retail business?
Yes.
And what was that?
I talked to Tom, if not that day, probably the next day, and how do you say, express your condolences, but like, you know, express my love, too bad, and type thing, and that's about it.
What was the destruction? Did he tell you what he had lost? Not in dollars, but what did the fire do? What kind of damage?
Well, I was at the building. It was totally gone except concrete. It was rendered useless. The building was.
Did he tell you about his stock, if he had that in there?
Well, it was obvious that was one of what went up, and it was all gone.
And what else did you talk about? Anything else with regard to other than condolences and, that you expressed to him?
They didn't have any insurance.
He say what he was going to do, if you can remember.
At that time, I don't remember.
There come a time you had any other discussions with him.
Yes.
And when was that?
It might have been a few days later when I had realized the impact that this was, and I got a hold of Tom and offered to help Tom.
In what way?
Financial, or at first it was financial. Tom indicated that he didn't need that. He was okay.
And then was there something that followed that? You said at first. Did you have any other conversations with him, or at that conversation did you say anything else?
Yes, Tom. At a later date, I told Tom that we had excess inventory for our stores, the fireworks that were in Kingsbury. We did. We had plenty of fireworks, and that I could front him some fireworks to help him get that started. He had a small building, like the size of a small garage, that he was selling fireworks from, trying to, the entrepreneurial spirit of trying to stay in the game even when you're down. And I saw that, and I applauded that, and I wanted to help Tom, and he had a tent. And I asked if he needed me to bring some stuff, and he said, yeah. So I went and I got a trailer, and at my warehouse in Kingsbury, I got, like maybe a couple cases or 2 or 3 cases of all kinds of items, everything from sundry items to stuff that you know he's going to use, and just general, to have a little bit of everything, again, because you have to have these items to sell. And if you don't have them, when people are looking for them, they're not going to buy them, you lose an opportunity to sell. So I just wanted to expand what Tom had and help him. So I'll get back on the speak.
Now, what were the terms of that sale to Mr. O'Connor, to Tom? What was the agreement that you had?
Tom told me that he would only accept it, he would only work with me if I allowed him to pay me full price for them plus the freight. In other words, Tom, who's a very proud man, is not looking for charity, and was willing to pay what I paid for the product. In other words, he's saying, I don't want charity. I'm saying, I'll pay it for it. I appreciate your help, and I'll pay it. And that's the way it was going to be.
And did you say you delivered some product from the Kingsbury Ordnance Plant, your bunker, in LaPorte County, you delivered that to Mr. O'Connor?
Yes, I did.
And where did you deliver it? To the location?
To the location where the store was, and now it was just on the east side of the store. There was a small tent and a garage type building where Tom was actively engaged in selling fireworks. And
what was the agreement or the arrangement as far as payment on this wholesale price?
I told Tom, I said that here, pay when you get back on your feet. he had acknowledged that he's going to pay me the price for them. It was overstocked. We were going to have it anyways. I had more than enough fireworks. So the fact that I was going to give him use the fireworks and he couldn't pay me for a year, it could make a difference to me because the fireworks would have been sitting in my warehouse either way because I had 20 fireworks.
Now, that was 2002, is that correct?
That's correct.
Then when's the next time you spoke with Mr. O'Connor?
I spoke with him several times during the year. I would stop by and talk to Tom down then. It was on my way home from Kingsbury, and I lived in Crown Point, so if I saw him there, I would stop. Not all the time, but maybe once every 6 weeks, something like that. The occasion I was in that area, I would stop and see him.
Did the subject of fireworks come up again between you and Mr. O'Connor?
Yes.
And tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury under what circumstances. Where was this? When did it come up? Where was it? What was said?
Yeah, in 2003, after Tom had his building back up for the 2003 season, it was Tim Walczak, our second year in business. We had just completed 2 years. And at that time, I talked to Tom and told him that while this business we were making money at it, and we had it down at that point, we kind of knew what to expect and could handle it pretty well, but it's that time of year that our display business is really busy, it's really demanding. I mean, we're doing fireworks displays all over the Midwest, and so at that time, it's not time to be dealing with, okay, someone didn't show up for work. The long and short of it was that this business, while it was lucrative, we felt our efforts should better spent pursuing what I was more entrenched in, which is the display fireworks for towns and municipalities. So I told this to Tom, and he had indicated that, well, he says, hey, he says, I'll buy another product. He says, I'll buy another product, the same deal, only if you let me pay you what you paid for it plus freight. And I told Tom, I said, well, let me think about that, because that's going to go a long way in determining whether or not we're going to stay doing this. We had intended to stay in business, and for the 2003 season, if we're going to stay in it until 2004, we'd have to renew a lease that came up in September, I believe. So, in other words, if we're going to get out of this, let's get out of it. And if we can get out of it and not lose money because we're going to be able to sell our fireworks for what we pay for them, that would be a good thing. And that would weigh very heavily on our decision as to whether or not we're going to get out of the business. And so I talked with Tim Walczak about it, and we both agreed that, well, if we can get out of this and have it not cost us money, let's do that. We were in a position where we didn't have to get out. We were making money. We didn't want to fire sale of fireworks, but if we had a buyer that would say, hey, I'll buy it. The issue with Tom said, he says, I can't pay it right away. And Tim and I both agreed that, well, it's okay. We can wait for our money as part of the deal, because it wasn't a perfect deal for everybody. It was like, here, Tom's getting the fireworks. He doesn't have to pay for them right away. And if it didn't work out for us, we won't lose money in the fireworks, and we can go off and get out and not leave it with a bloody nose and concentrate back on display fireworks, which is our main business. So at that point we decided, I told Tom, hey, the offer's good, let's do it. And he said, okay. So shortly after, sometime in August or whatever, we started taking the fireworks over to the store.
Just sorry, I want to make this clear, or I want to clarify. When you had that discussion, the second one with Mr. O'Connor, were you coming to him with an offer that you were getting out of the business at that time? Okay.
No, I was not. It was just a conversation that we had. It was on a Saturday morning, and I stopped by to talk to him, and it just, I didn't go there with that idea, but it came out that, well, it's just a general talk, how's business, okay, it's good, okay, I did good this year, and type thing, and yeah, this fireworks business people think it's easy money, it's not. And, that's when I expressed it, hey, if I could get out of this without doing this, we might do this. I was people not even talking to Tim. Tim and I had not even talked about that yet. So it's not like I was going to Tom and saying, hey, bail me out. But that was not the case.
At this point in time, you had delivered to Mr. O'Connor, to Tom O'Connor, the fireworks from the previous year, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And had you invoiced those to him? Had your company or your business, it wasn't a company, but your business, your partnership, did you send him an invoice?
Yes, we did.
I'd like you to turn in the black exhibit book to Exhibit E. Documents previously been admitted. And can you identify what that is?
This would be the products that I delivered to Tom O'Connor before, in probably late June of 2002, after his store had burned down.
So this is an invoice from your business.
Yes, it is.
It's got Planet Fireworks at the top. That's your business.
Yes.
And then it's got invoice for products delivered prior to the 4th of July 2003 fireworks season.
Correct.
Now, this lists a number of products, correct, that are I assume these are what? Fireworks?
Number of cases, and then the tagging would be how they are tagged.
And these different cases of products, these are the ones that came from KID, or excuse me, the Kingsbury Industrial.
From our own stock, yes.
And the total on the second page is the $11,145.19.
That's correct.
Now, when you had this discussion with Mr. O'Connor the second time, what was the plan on presenting to him or delivering to him these fireworks? You said you first had a discussion with Mr. Walczak. Tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what you decided on how to deliver the fireworks to Mr. O'Connor.
Well, we took them, after I talked with Tim, and Tim and I both agreed, Tim Walczak, that this was a better option for us to sell the fireworks without losing money and move on and close the stores. And I was busier in the fireworks season. It was probably still end of July, but we're still busy. And at that time, I had Tim take the fireworks from, and Tim pretty much commandeered moving most of the fireworks, and we took them by trailer to Mr. O'Connor's store, and I assisted Tim with moving fireworks from the Valparaiso store to Mr. O'Connor's store. This would have been in, I want to say early August of 2003.
Now, did there come a time then that you got paid from Mr. O'Connor any money on either one of these deliveries, either the 2002 or the 2003 delivery?
I believe in 2000, after 2003, he paid me $5,000. And at that time he indicated that, and again, I wasn't bird dogging Tom for money because I knew he was in the building, paid for, and I knew we operated on a cash basis. So I knew that when he paid me at once. He paid me a good chunk of money, and he was creditworthy.
So $5,000 was paid in
Yes.
2003?
Yes.
And then what happened with regard to payments?
Tom said, hey, I got to pay, he would have paid more, but he had to pay Chester Construction for his bill. He said, I got to pay Chester at Honestly's. If you use a number of 70,000 or something like that, that would pay Chester Construction for the bill. And so he did it. And again, I wasn't chasing Tom for the money. That part of the the giving of the sales that here, we're going to take it now and you'll have some time to pay for it.
Did there come a time then that any other payments were made?
Yes.
When was that?
After the next year, he paid me the additional $5,000. He just handed me $5,000 in cash. He said, "Here," and I asked about more, and he said, well, when are you going to get paid the rest? And he said, well, I got a problem with sales tax. He said that Tom had told me that he had not been paying any sales tax, and if the lady from the Indiana Department of Revenue across the street came over to Tom, and he told me, he just came and told her, yeah, I haven't paid it, but I'll pay now. And so he was in touch with the state and had to pay them a bunch of money, and so that was why he was going to continue to not make a more substantial payment on the amount he owed us.
And did there come a time then that you had any other payments, or did you have to meet with Mr. O'Connor? Tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what happened next.
Well, then I met with Tom. Tim and myself and Mr. O'Connor met in 2004, in the fall of 2004, late fall, before Tom was getting ready to go to Florida. He goes to Florida for the winter. And we had met and brought the invoices and inquired as hey, come on, let's get this taken care of. We had to, use Chester one year, use the Department of Revenue next year. Come on, we started, this is doing good, pay us our money. And at that time, he just indicated that he said, usually people pay 10 cents on a dollar for this stuff. I said, wait, Tom, that's not what we agreed to. There was a big factor in whether or not we went out of business, or whether we stayed in business, was if we could get our price for the product. And he said, well, this is terrible, I made a terrible deal. I said, well, it's the deal that you made, and it's not terrible, it's just, here, we have given you free radios of our fireworks for 2 years. We gave it to you without even, here, just take it. Here's a guy that doesn't have a store, and I'm trying to help you, and here. So now, the complaint now is unreasonable.
Now, was an invoice prepared for the product that was delivered in 2003? That is, that Mr. Walczak took over to Mr.
Yes, it was.
Would you turn to Exhibit F?
Yes.
And that's an invoice that reflects the amount of the product that was delivered in the second delivery to Mr. O'Connor, correct?
That's correct, 5 pages.
And what was the total amount of the pricing for your wholesale costs for those particular items?
$38,171.71.
So against that $38,000 plus the $11,000, by the end of 2003, Mr. O'Connor had paid a total of $5,000, correct?
$10,000.
At the end of 2003, that is, within a month after they were delivered, how much did he pay?
$5,000.
Okay, if you'd learned, did you create a statement, or did you have a statement created that showed the amount of payments made, and did you send that billing statement or have that billing statement sent or given to Mr. O'Connor?
Yes, I did.
If you turn to Exhibit H-1, previously admitted. It's H, and then under H is the next page. It's got 1. Tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what that is.
Okay, this is a statement showing total invoice totals and showing the payments received, as well as the balance.
And the date of this statement is what?
It's August 30, 2004.
And the total amount of payments was reflected there as $10,000, is that correct?
That's correct.
So then you said you had a meeting with Mr. O'Connor, and you were talking about the agreement you had. Turn to Exhibit H-2, the next page, please. It's been previously admitted. What's the date of that particular document?
July 15th, 2005.
And at that time, in 2005, July, how much had been paid, or had there been any change in the amount of payments made by Mr. O'Connor?
No.
And you say you had a meeting. You know where the meeting took place?
Yes, it was Don Pablo Restaurant in Maryville.
And what, I think you already said what some of the things you said and some of the things Mr. O'Connor said. How did the meeting end?
It ended with Tom wrote me a check. Tom wanted to wrap this up. And he tried to say something. I paid this much today if we wrap it up. And it was an amount that was less than what we agreed for. I said, no, but we will let you pay that next year. Pay us this, pay us. The agreement was, okay, pay us 20 now. If you want to pay us 25, then we'll walk away from this. Leaving us at a loss. Because there's no money in this for us anyways. There's no profit in this. So at this point...
What do you mean by there's no profit in this?
Well, we weren't making any profit off. This is what we paid for it, this is what we sold it for.
So this is what you paid your retailers for, so it's on your books as an expense, and you were getting the amount under the agreement from Mr. O'Connor for the amount you paid.
Right, we were not making a profit at this at all. And you can see the invoice that we got from where we got it from.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. So what did Mr. O'Connor and you say? What was the discussion?
Okay, he wanted to pay us $25,000 and forgive, and that's it. In other words, he wanted to pay the $39,000 off by giving us $25,000 then and walking away from it. He said, no. He said, well, he needs money for next year to buy product. We said, okay, give us $20 now and pay us the balance after your season next year. Giving him an opportunity to where if there was any of our stock left, he could sell it and make money, or at least have another, per se, Christmas, his busy season, for which to make a big profit. So at that point, Tom wrote me a check for $10,000, and he gave Tim $5,000 in cash, for a total of $15,000, and he was supposed to meet Tim the next day and give Tim an additional $5,000. So that would have been the $20,000 that he would have paid then, and then he would have paid for the balance, the $19,360 at the end of the season next year. So he's looking at now having to pay that for 8 or 9 months. And that's what we agreed to. We agreed that, okay, he can pay us $20 now, and then pay the rest of it later, allowing him more time to do this, and while still allowing us to ultimately get our money that we had put out for the product and not taking a loss.
And you say he paid you 10, he paid Mr. Walczak 5,000, you 10,000. Did he, as you understand it, ever pay the promised additional 5,000 on the next day?
He did not pay the additional 5,000. He had gone out of town.
At the time after you delivered the first product in 2002, did Mr. O'Connor ever say to you, I don't like this stuff, it's no good?
No.
At the time that you helped Mr. Walczak deliver the second batch of products you were selling wholesale, between those two times, during that entire year, from August to August, did Mr. O'Connor ever call you up and say, no good, no, this is distressed product, this is wet, this is discolored?
No.
After the August 2003 delivery that Mr. Walczak made with the two stores, where you gave him what was in your warehouse or what was in the storeroom plus the shelves items, did you ever get a call from Mr. O'Connor and say, hey, the stuff that Mr. Walczak delivered, I don't like it?
No.
And there was a discussion about frogs. Do you know what frogs are?
Yes.
What are those?
It was a novelty item that you buy for kids, and
What does it do?
I don't know. But I don't know what it was. Just I don't know what it does. It's just a novelty item.
And did Mr. O'Connor and you have a discussion about frogs?
Yeah, he did make a comment like, "What do you guys do find all those frauds?" We had overestimated our market and overestimated the amount of daddies buying fireworks for their kids, and so I think we had, we ordered, I think we gave them more, maybe 8 or 10 cases of those, because I think we bought a total of 15 cases.
And did Mr. O'Connor say what he was going to do with the frogs?
Well, he says, that's okay. He says, I get $1,000 of fireworks a year, so I'll just give those away.
Is that typical in the business to give away products like buy one, get one free, or buy one, get two free, something like that?
Again, there's all gimmicks. You've seen them all. How can you buy one and give 10 free? It's a high profit game, and when you have a high profit game like consumer fireworks, you can give away you want. So
now, when he paid the $5,000, the first $5,000, and you got it noted in August 2003, when he gave that money to you, did he say, "Here, but I don't like what you gave me"?
No, just hand me $5,000 in cash.
And how about the next year, when he paid 2004, $5,000 in cash? He said, "Here, I'm giving you this, but boy, I don't like this because what you gave me was no good"?
He did that.
And then how about the meeting in Dos Pablos restaurant in Maryville, when he agreed that he was going to pay $20,000, 10 to you and 10 to Mr. Walczak, when he said something about the deal and he didn't like it, did he say at that time, "Look, that's no good, this product's no good, that's why I don't want to pay"?
No.
But he paid you $10,000 without saying anything.
Correct.
And of course, $5,000 to Mr. Walczak.
Correct.
When is the first time you ever heard of the complaint by Mr. O'Connor that the product that you gave him from either your bunker or from your storage room or shelves was defective, was distressed, or wasn't worth selling? The first time you ever heard that?
The first time I ever heard it was in their answer to our lawsuit.
You had not heard it before you filed a suit?
That's correct.
After that meeting at Dos Pablos restaurant, then, did you ever receive any further payments? After that?
No.
And if you then return to Exhibit H4, is that another statement from your company, from your business?
Yes, it is.
And just very briefly, just run through, what does this reflect, the payments received that you just testified to?
Yes, it does. So where you're paying.
Shows the payment by check in the fall of 2005. Is that after the at the Dos Pablos restaurant?
Yes.
Did he just cut a check right there?
I believe you did.
And did he have $5,000 in cash right there? Do you remember?
I believe you did. You had $5,000 in cash.
He knew you were having a meet. Excuse, strike that. By the way he was acting, the money he had in the checkbook, did it, in your opinion, did you believe that he understood that you were there to close out and get your payment under the agreement that you had?
Yes.
All right, so then did you say you didn't get any payments after that date?
That's correct.
And then you brought this suit, right?
Yes.
Did you give Mr. O'Connor anything else other than fireworks with regard to your business when you were getting out of it, with regard to your clients and your listings?
Yes, since we were closing, we gave him some items, like we gave him a safe, some signs, and just some of the items that he would use in the retail business. We just gave them to him because we're renting the store out, and there's items we don't need, so we didn't have any use for them, and so we let Tom have them.
Now, do you have client lists? Did you have client lists as part of your business? Now, what is a client list in the fireworks business?
Client list is very valuable because people that buy fireworks buy them often. They buy them every year. In this case, we have a list of people that have bought a substantial amount of fireworks from us, we'd say, hey, get on our list, we can send you promos. Well, we want to just remind them or send them a coupon or something off. We had a list of people that we had accumulated over the 2 years, and we would give that list to Tom as well. So Tom could continue to contact people and say, hey, with fireworks, you got to plant fireworks, we got here, or whatever. So we did provide Tom with that list.
Now, the product that you were selling, you get it from the manufacturers of fireworks. Is that correct?
We really get it from a jobber. All fireworks are made in China, pretty much all. And then there's big wholesalers, jobbers that bring them in, and then they sell them to middlemen or to retailers. And bought them from a direct jobber, from someone that's a direct importer.
And the people in your business, this World of Fireworks business, you and Mr. O'Connor's business, did you, Mr. O'Connor, basically buy from the same manufacturer, the same product line that other fireworks stores bought from?
Yes.
It's that closed of an operation. That is, everybody buys from just a select few jobbers?
There's a lot of jobbers, and there's some people buy a lot from A and a little from B and a little from C. It all depends. But there's so many places to go for fireworks for the kind at the prices where you can resell them and make a good profit.
Now,
it's like any business. You have to get the product for as little as you can, even when you're selling it at a high markup.
now, when you heard after you by the way, how did you feel having to go into court and file a lawsuit against Mr. O'Connor?
It's not the way I live. It's not the way I do deals.
When you heard for the first time that he was complaining it was distressed product of these different types of supplies he got from Fireworks of America, Jake's Fireworks, World Class Fireworks, those types of people, did that surprise you he was making that claim?
Yes.
Why?
Because they were quality fireworks and well-known, and he continued to buy it.
He used the same products that you delivered to him.
Yes.
I have no further questions.
May I get my folder from up there?
Keep track of the exhibits that I've referred to. I think you ought to get out.
Good afternoon, Mr. James. You were in the military in the 1980s, you said?
Yes.
And what did you do in the military, if I may ask?
I was a chaplain's assistant.
And then after you came out of the military, you then were a corporate pilot?
Yes.
And for which entity, if I may ask?
I flew for Union House Racing, Jet Air Corporation. I supply air ambulance and organ transplant flights.
When you flew as a corporate pilot, were you ever given a manifest of what was on your vessel? Did you know what was in your plane that you were flying?
If it was hazardous material, yes.
If you were transporting, would you ever transport any goods?
Yes.
Were you ever given a manifest of what was in the plane regarding the goods that you were transporting?
Yes.
Okay. And everything was in writing, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And if you were departing from one airport and going to another airport, you would have documents as to what your plane was carrying that you were flying?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you would purchase your fireworks, you are in the public display, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you put the big shows out to the municipalities?
Yes.
All right. When you would purchase your fireworks for your public display portion of your business, you would order them from vendors, correct?
I would order them. I was a direct importer from China.
All right. And when you would receive that product, would you receive a transaction list of what you were receiving?
Yes.
Okay. And it would it at that point in time itemize the product that you were getting?
Yes, it would.
And when you would receive the product, is it fair to say that you would then check off the product from the list that was delivered to you?
Yes, that was essential because we have to keep very close control of it because it's a controlled item. So we have to make sure that the count is the count.
Okay. And that would also assist in your inventory, correct?
Pardon me?
That would assist you in your inventory?
Yes.
Okay. Dealing with public displays, I believe that is regulated by the ATF division of the Department of Justice. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you have a Class B license to sell that product?
It's a license for high explosives, but the language you're using is an old language, but it's basically correct, yes.
Okay. Now, you and your partner, Tim Walczak, opened up Planet Firework in Maryville off of Taft Street.
Yes.
Okay. Is that a regulated business?
That is not regulated. It's not regulated like the display business is.
I understand. But is that a Class C license?
No.
Okay.
It's a
Is
consumer item.
that regulated by the Consumer Safety Commission?
Yes.
Okay. A different entity other than the entity that regulates the public displays?
Correct.
Okay. When you order product from the vendors, the importers, or the jobbers for your consumer retail store, would they then give you a bill of lading or a transaction sheet of what is being sent to you?
Yes.
And is it fair to say that when that product is delivered to you, you look at that bill of lading or the inventory that's being transported to you to check off the product that you are in fact receiving what you've ordered and what you're paying for?
Yes, what we're ordering and what we're paying for. That's correct.
And is it fair to say that that occurs contemporaneously with the delivery of the product?
Yes.
It's not delivered days, weeks, or months later?
Well, I could say that you could have an invoice, you could give an invoice, shipping invoice several days afterwards. But in most cases, a lot of times the invoice will have the number of boxes only on it, and then there's a separate invoice under cover. Generally, it's gotten beforehand. But I would concede that in most cases, yeah, you get the bill and the invoice at the same time with the product.
Okay. I want you to turn into the white folder, Exhibit 13/14, and I apologize. After the signature pages, you have something that looks like response number 4.
Okay, I'm looking at 1314.
All right. When you turn the page, on the top of that, you have an entity that says Jake's Fireworks. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, I don't see it, sir.
Okay, hold on for a minute. Let me make this a little bit easier. Why don't we go to your black book? Sorry, black book. I'm holding the white one up. And go to Exhibit G1. Okay? G1 in response number 4 in Exhibit 13 and 14 are the same. Can you tell the jury what Exhibit G1 is?
Looks like either a whole invoice or a partial invoice for fireworks we received from Jake's Fireworks.
And is Jake Fireworks a jobber, importer, or a vendor that you would purchase Fireworks from?
Yes,
And is it fair to say that when you placed your order with Jake's Fireworks and they delivered product to you, they delivered the product with this inventory attached?
yes,
Okay. Now, you have circled items on the left-hand side. It said China Cracker, 12/80/16, and China Crackers 24/40-16. And you also have World Class, the Bomb Squad 10-whatever. Is it fair to say that those products were not part of this delivery?
no.
Can you explain your answer?
Well, I don't know if when we were checking these off, if we started out by saying, okay, let's find these. Let's go look for China Crackers, 12/80/16. Okay, we want them, let's circle them. Okay, I don't really know why it's circled.
Okay.
I don't know.
Take a look at the far right. Is there a 0 there?
Yes,
Is it fair to say that you were not charged for that product?
yes,
Okay? And that would be important to you in determining what you paid for and didn't pay for, what you purchased and what you didn't purchase, correct?
correct.
Okay. So it's safe to assume that getting an inventory or a bill of lading at the exact same time as delivery would be very, very important. Would you agree with that?
Yes,
Take a look at G2. Would you agree also that G2 is a transaction sheet from Jake's Fireworks?
yes,
All right. And I apologize for doing this. If you go back to G1, is it fair to say that this occurred in May of 2002?
yes,
And is it fair to say that G2 occurred in May of 2002?
yes,
Same questions regarding G3. Is this something that you purchased from Jake's Fireworks for your Planet Fireworks store?
yes, it is.
Is it fair to say that this transaction occurred in May of 2003?
2002, I believe, right?
Why don't you look at G3 on the upper right-hand corner?
Oh, G3.
Sorry.
Yes, this occurred in 2003.
And this again is an inventory of product that was received for product ordered from Jake's Fireworks.
Yes,
And this document was given to you at the same time that shipment was received by your store.
I believe so.
Okay. Same questions for G4. Is that something that was ordered by you in May of 2002?
Yes,
And G5. This is from Fireworks Over America. Is that another vendor that you dealt with?
yes.
Okay. Who is Mad Bombers Fireworks?
That's a company that I own that puts on the public displays.
Would Mad Bombers Fireworks order product for Planet Firewood or Fireworks?
No, they just knew me as Andy James, and I deal with them usually as Bandit on the Fireworks. So that's how they have me in their file.
Okay. And does this invoice, which is G5, reflect product that was ordered from Fireworks Over America?
Yes,
And is it safe to assume that this, can I use the word packaging slip, was with the product that was delivered to you?
yes,
And when you received the product, did you check it off this packaging slip?
I probably counted cases as she was loading it, so, yeah.
Is it safe to assume you wanted to ensure delivery of what you ordered and what was coming in and what you were paying for?
Sure. When I'm taking it away from them, before I leave, I want to make sure that here, this is, before I walk away, this is what I got.
Let's go to exhibit number C in the black book. Do you recognize the photographs?
Yes.
Okay, and what is that?
It's a sign that says, when the fireworks are open, on a trailer.
Is that your trailer?
Yes, it is.
Is this the trailer that was utilized to transport the product to Boomtown?
I don't know, we have many trailers.
Okay. C2, can you tell me where that photograph was taken?
This is our fireworks store. And it would be with the fireworks store, I believe, in Valparaiso.
And is that the product that's on the shelves?
Yes.
And take a look at C3. Is that product that was on the shelves?
Yes.
C4?
Yes.
And C5?
Yes.
C6?
Yes.
C7?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, C8, C9, C10, C11,
Yes.
okay. Are these all photographs of your store in Valparaiso?
Yes.
Okay. When were these photographs taken?
It looks like these were taken when we were first, before we were so many fires, the first stocking the shelves off for sale.
Okay. These photographs are not indicative of the product that was transferred to Boomtown, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
These photographs are not a photograph of the product that was being delivered to Boomtown, is it?
I would say that it is.
Okay. I thought you just said that these were photographs of your store when it was being opened.
Yes.
Okay. Are you telling the jury here today that you transferred all of this product to Boomtown?
I lost you.
Okay. When were these photographs taken?
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
Most likely in early June.
Okay.
Early June of
What year?
03.
Okay. Are these photographs basically showing the jury what the store looked like when it was getting ready for the 03 July 4th selling season?
When we talk about, I don't think we're planning on showing them to a jury. I think that they're just kind of documenting what we're doing.
Okay. If we can go to exhibit number 7, which is also exhibit E in the black book, exhibit 7 in the white book. Exhibit E in the black book. Who prepared this document?
Donna Harris.
Okay. And who was Donna Harris?
Donna Harris was Tim Walczak's fiancée, and she was helping us with all bookkeeping matters.
Do you know when this document was created?
Shortly after 4th of July, 2002.
Okay. Is it fair to say that this document was not given to Tom O'Connor when you're alleging... That's okay. It happens. Is it fair to say that this document was not delivered to Tom O'Connor when the product was delivered?
That would be correct.
Okay. Exhibit number 9 in the white book, F in the black book. Can you tell me when this exhibit was created?
Shortly after we delivered the fireworks to Mr. O'Connor in August of 2003.
Is it safe to assume that this document was not given to Tom when the product was delivered?
Yes.
Is it your testimony that Exhibit E and Exhibit F, which is also Exhibit 7 and 8 in the white book, were a product that was packaged and delivered to Tom O'Connor in its entirety?
Yes.
And is it fair to say that Tom O'Connor did not have any written documentations from you to check off the product that was being delivered?
He did not have it when we delivered it.
Okay.
Again, we were delivering it from the store and counting it as we're moving it. And since we're paying people to move it, we kept track of the items, how many we took of each, and at that point made an invoice. We didn't know exactly how many we had, so we couldn't do them simultaneously. We had to count them, and then get the information together and make an invoice from what we had moved. But at all times, Mr. O'Connor had his store there was not business going on. The season was over. So within the time that Mr. O'Connor got this invoice, he clearly had the opportunity to dispute anything if they did not agree with it.
This product that was delivered, you indicated previously during your direct examination that this is product that's manufactured in China?
That's correct.
Okay. Was this product that was on your store shelves?
Yes.
Is this product that was on the shelves that was open to the public for their purchase?
Yes.
And is it fair to say that this was product that was open to the public for sale for purchase that was not purchased at the end of the 2003 4th of July selling season?
Yes.
Do you individually mark your product with price stickers and the like as to what the cost is?
We use barcodes.
Okay. And are those barcodes put on the product?
Yes.
Okay. And is some of this product that is shipped, that you sell in your store, wrapped in a cellophane wrapper?
Yes.
Okay. And the barcode is stuck on that cellophane wrapper?
It's either on the cellophane wrapper or else it's on, it already has a barcode from the factory. If it were on the cardboard and the wrapping was over the cardboard, then in that case it would not be. It would be underneath it.
Now, we're talking approximately $50,000, a little bit less than $50,000 in profit. Is that correct?
Yes.
Was there a written agreement between you and Tom O'Connor?
No.
Was there a written agreement between Tim Walczak and Mr. O'Connor?
No.
Your experience is in the public display market. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Is it fair to say that Planet Firework opened up its stores in 2002?
Yes.
So 2002 was your first season of selling retail fireworks.
It was my first season of selling retail fireworks at retail. I had a fair amount of experience selling fireworks for 20 years prior to that.
The fireworks that you would sell, would it be sold at the retail level or would it be sold at the municipality level?
Well, I would do both. I had started my display fireworks business started in the early 1990, and during that time I was engaged in 1990. I also engaged in the consumer business as well, although I did not have a storefront. I still offered items to sell to people and engaged in that consumer business.
Is it fair to say that you really didn't know the exact retail market?
Yes. I was not as attuned to what the public wanted to buy at fireworks stores as a more seasoned person might be.
Fair to say that you are very good at the public firework display aspects.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, your firework display aspects of your business is beyond this area here. It includes other parts of this country. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did Tom, when the delivery was made, who was there to accept the deliveries from your store to Tom's store?
I was not there. I was at the Valparaiso store loading.
Okay.
Tim Walczak was the person that delivered the fireworks to Tom O'Connor at Tom's store in Maryville.
If we can go to Exhibit H4 in the black manual.
Yes, sir.
Is H3 the same exhibit as H4 with the exception of the date? No, I'm sorry. Strike that question. Is H2 the same exhibit as H3 in the book with the exception of the date?
Yes.
Were these receipts generated before the meetings with Tom O'Connor or after the meetings with Tom O'Connor? When were these receipts or invoices or these exhibits given to Tom O'Connor?
Well, dated July 15th, I would assume it was that this was a reminder after our season to Tom O'Connor that here, Tom, you still owe us. I know, business is good now, but you still have a responsibility for people to help you get back where you're at.
Okay.
And I believe that the November one was also, when I told Tim, when we met with Tom, bring a copy of what he owes us in case he doesn't bring the 2000, in case he doesn't bring this copy.
All right, so the November 11th, which is H3, was an exhibit prepared for the meeting between you and Tom O'Connor.
Yes.
All right. And then let's go to exhibit H4. And that exhibit is dated 3 March of '07. And is it fair to say that that exhibit is now reflective of a $10,000 payment and a $5,000 payment issued in the fall of 2005?
Issued after this November 11th invoice.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it fair to say that that money was paid in November of 2005?
Yes.
Now, the $10,000 that was written in a check, correct?
Correct.
And you testified during direct examination that that was a check issued and payable to you?
I don't think that I did that. I just said we got a check.
Okay, you got a check. Who was that check made payable to?
I believe it was made payable to Man Bomber Fireworks. She wanted to make it out to my company.
And then the $5,000 check, I'm sorry, $5,000 cash, was that paid at the same time, or was that paid the next day?
I believe it was paid at the same time with the idea that he might have told Tim to come back to his office with him, I'm not sure. But I think that was the case, that Tim went back to the office with Tom, and Tom got it from the safe, I believe. And Tom promised to pay an additional $5,000 the next day.
Mr. James, when Tom O'Connor received this product from you, did he not call you and tell you that this product was distressed?
He did not.
Did he tell you that this was not choice product?
He did not.
Did he explain to you that this was not product that the people would buy?
He did not.
Is it fair to say that after the 2003 4th of July selling season that your consumers purchased the good stuff?
I don't know.
Is it fair to say that the product that your consumers bought were the popular items?
I would say the popular items went first because Mr. O'Connor ordered them the next year from Jake's Fireworks.
Was that the product that you delivered to Mr. O'Connor?
Some of it was, yes.
So is it your testimony here today that Mr. O'Connor never protested this delivery?
He never protested per se, hey, this is bad, hey, this is good. He may have made an off-cuff comment that says, boy, some of this stuff, he says, what you guys doing? He says, but that's, he always copped out with, that's okay, I have to give away $1,000 of stuff anyways. He says, so I'll give this stuff away. There was some small novelty items that probably wouldn't buy if Tom were saying, I'm taking my wallet, I'm going to buy fireworks. There's probably some items he would not have bought, but in the wake of him being offered a deal, here, take the fireworks, you got them for the same thing we paid for them, we got them for a good price, and the terms were terrific. You have to pay us for essentially 10 years now. Then, if that being the case, I would say that Mr. O'Connor conceded that that was a small price to have to pay to have some items that may not have been first line what he would buy for the concession that I just said.
Mr. James, did you have a telephone conversation with Tom regarding this product?
No.
Okay. Did you ever have an opportunity to see the product that he still has in his storage facility?
Yes, I did.
And did he tell you that this was product that he could not sell because nobody would purchase it?
What we saw in the storage facility, and I believe you were there, was minimal. It was like Geraldo Rivera opening up the vaults. There was nothing there. The only there was a couple things, a couple champagne bottle fireworks and fountains, and insignificant. It wouldn't have amounted to $100 in sales.
I'm going to ask you to look in the white book, exhibit number 30. Do you recognize these photographs?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me what the photographs are?
The first one is, the front of Boomtown store.
The next page?
A bunch of propane, empty propane bottles, and a shopping cart with some fireworks in it.
The third page?
Yes, some punks, which is what you have fireworks with, and again, some fireworks that are in boxes in shopping carts.
Is there also some loose fireworks in there?
I'm sorry?
Is there some loose fireworks in this photograph?
Yes, there's some that are opened up.
Okay. And in the next page, can you tell me what that is?
Yes, those are champagne fireworks I was talking about. It's a bottle that looks like a champagne bottle, and you light it and it shoots sparks. That's the biggest thing that I remember from this.
All right. Can you keep turning the page and tell me if you recognize any more of these photographs?
Yes, this is the same. The next picture is the same page as the one before. The exact same picture.
And can you tell me where all of this product was located in reference to his store?
This is inside of a school bus.
Was this school bus behind his store?
Yes.
And are those the shopping carts that you utilized or your firm utilized to transport the product from your store to Boomtown?
I would say that they are.
Okay. And is this product that was on your store shelves that was being transferred from your stores to Boomtown?
Yes, it all looks like items that we had for sale.
And is this the product that you saw at the storage facility with myself?
Yes.
And a representative from your attorney's office?
Yes.
Okay. And of course that's the school bus at the end, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Were you looking for Tom O'Connor to be a guarantor for the inventory that didn't sell after the 2003 selling season, to pay for the inventory at the same cost that you paid it?
I'm sorry?
Were you looking for Tom to pay you the full value of what you paid for the inventory that did not sell at the
Yes.
end of your 2003 selling season?
Yes, that's what we had agreed upon.
But again, we have nothing in writing, is that correct?
That is correct.
Your choppers, as you call them, vendors, importers, what is the turnaround when you order from Jake's Fireworks or Fireworks Over of America from the point that you order the product to the point that it's delivered to your store?
Well, in case Fireworks Over America, we would order it and we would pick it up
Okay?
the same day or the day later, whatever. With Jake's, it took them a while to get the fireworks together, the order together, so maybe 10 days.
Has that been your experience?
Yes.
You indicated during your direct examination that your partner, Tim Walczak, is a meticulous person, correct?
Yes, he is.
Would you say that he's a detailed person?
Yes, he is.
You said that you gave Tom O'Connor client lists. In what fashion were those client lists delivered?
In printed, it was a print-generated list that had the name of all the people that had, at that time, people would have to sign something, a waiver saying that they're taking the fireworks out of state. That's before Indiana changed the laws, so that you'd have to have that. So we had all this information of people that had signed this. So we have a list of customers that had bought fireworks from us that we gave to Tom that was in the form of, like a spreadsheet, a printed form.
Okay. Is there anything else I should ask? No. Pass the witness. Thank you.
Redirect.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. James, you're asked questions on cross-examination about paperwork. Did Mr. O'Connor ever ask for a receipt for the $5,000 in cash that he gave to you?
He did not.
Did Mr. O'Connor ever ask for any kind of documentation of your transaction? Did he ever ask for any paper?
No.
That's what when he approached you, when you talked about buying your product at the wholesale level, did you have any evidence or any information that led you to believe that he didn't understand that you were agreeing to sell to him what you had paid for that product?
No, and I explained to Mr. O'Connor that weighed largely in our decision to continue operation or to close the store down.
This Exhibit 30 that on your cross-examination in the white book with these different photographs, there's a bus back there, and there's some different photographs of different things, and one of them is these shopping carts. Whose shopping carts were those that you understood?
They say Blue Tunnel.
Some of them say, looks like some of them say Sam's Club.
Maybe.
Those were Mr. O'Connor's.
Correct.
Did you ever deliver any supplies to a bus?
No, I did not.
And you said something about when you were asked by counsel about these pictures, when was this bus, these pictures of this bus taken when you were there? You said he was there and you were there?
Yes, and someone from your office was there as well.
And that was after the lawsuit was filed?
That was after the lawsuit was filed. It was like, well, I still have a bunch of fireworks, come get them or come look at them. And we said, okay, we will. We'll come look at them. And then again, there's probably, the fireworks that are showing the city don't amount to $300 cost.
How about the volume, the stuff that you delivered or the product that Mr. Walczak delivered, volume versus what's shown in these photographs?
The drop in the buckets.
I have no further questions.
Go on.
Just one briefly. No receipt was given to Tom, or he never asked you for a receipt?
He gave me $5,000 in cash.
And you didn't give him a receipt, did
He
you?
did not give a receipt. That's not the kind of deal we had.
All right. Nothing further.
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now is the time you have an opportunity to ask any questions that you desire. You may write the question down, and the bailiff will pass around a basket. Place your questions in the basket. Once again, even if you don't have a question,